Since I've actually filmed the video, and I miss you guys so much. I honestly feel like it's been such a long time since I've actually just filmed the video, other than just like the pre-filmed ones and then editing them. But I honestly just feel like I've been like thinking about you guys a lot, but I just haven't filmed anything, and I think I could just kind of just let life get in the way. And I mean, it's gonna happen, you know, like we're all going to have crazy days in our lives where honestly we just can't catch up on things. I kind of fell into like a reading slump for a while. Like I just didn't have like a drive to find like really good books, and even if I did read books, they weren't motivating. And I'm just in that phase right now where I'm just reading a lot of self-help books because there's just been a lot going on. But as I'm filming this, I'm actually about to have an interview for a promotion in about like 20 minutes. So I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys real quick before, and then I'm gonna probably talk to you guys like right after again. This is for a role in my company. It's internal and it's just for a promotion, something that I did not think I was ever ready for, but I'm just going to take the opportunity as it is and just try out for the role. If I get it, it'll be amazing, and if I don't, that's totally fine, because there's also other perks as if I don't. There's perks if I get it, and there's perks if I don't get it. So I'll figure it out. But yeah, it's for a role that's a supervisor role. I'm nervous because I've never been a supervisor. I've played roles where they were somewhat like supervisors, like assistant supervisors, but I've never actually been like an actual supervisor role. So I am a little nervous. But yeah, I just wanted to film this real quick. I just want to say sorry for just being so MIA lately. I have been, if I'm being 100% honest, I've actually been kind of stressed, and I think it's because there's a lot of change. I'm the type of person that I get tired of like routine, but I get comfortable in routines, and then when there's like a change in anything, I get a little overwhelmed, and we just have a lot of change going on in our personal lives. So like, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, and I want to be like fully transparent with you guys, because I want people to find my channel relatable and my content relatable. Our lease is actually up for this place in a few months. We were originally going to stay, but we are going to actually probably look at some lower cost homes just to kind of help with the cost and everything, because if we can save another $300-400, that would really save up on so much of our finances and kind of just give us a little bit more wiggle room for like savings, paying off. I have student loans along with everybody else, and then also just being able to take vacations and go do fun things as a family. So we're trying to like kind of change all that around. And then on top of that, you know, like when you have to move, you have to kind of like, I don't know what it is, but every time landlords have to do like home inspections, even though I'm definitely not hiding anything, I'm not doing anything bad, I just get so much anxiety. And I've always been like this. Just knowing that someone's in my home, it just always gives me anxiety. So yeah, like we have her coming into our home soon, and so we're just kind of prepping, just kind of doing some cleaning up and everything. And you know, when you're like working full-time, it's kind of hard to do, especially when you're trying to also balance your family time. And then, so I think that's why for a while I kind of just put recording on the back burner, because I felt like if I were to record, I didn't want to seem stressed or negative, and I didn't want to like make the content negative. But I also really wanted my channel to be like super relatable, and that's like my biggest goal, is to have a channel where people watch this and they're like, oh my gosh, she understands exactly what I'm going through, because that's what I loved when I watched YouTube. So yeah, there's just been a lot of changes, nothing crazy, kind of like first world problems. I'm grateful to say that we have a job to where I just have to worry about trying to maneuver my hours, and I'm grateful to say that we just have a home, you know, and that we have a home that a landlord can inspect. So I'm really grateful for all of these situation still. There's still blessings. I'm just stressed with all the changes and everything and adjustments, and yeah, but it's just this month that just like really crazy. But other than that, like, you know, and then I think the next few months we are going to be a little bit tight on time because we're going to start packing up, start house hunting for another place, just because we love this house, but we're trying to find something a little bit more affordable. So yeah, there's like that. And yeah, but I always try to think too that none of this is as stressful as like when we had to move across the country, because that was another type of beast, and that was so last minute and it was really stressful. But with that being said, yes, I am about to interview for another promotion role. I'm trying to be as positive as I can, and I would be so happy and beyond blessed with opportunity if I got this role, but I'm also trying to be a little bit realistic and know that there's probably other people in my company who have been here for a long time who are in higher up roles and will definitely land this role, and that's totally fine too, because I think the role I have right now and some other roles have a lot more benefits that kind of like fulfill like my lifestyle, because ideally other than pay and time, one thing I really want is to have like a work-life balance that could also benefit towards my channel, because this is something I really want to invest in. This is a channel that I really want to grow, and a passion project that I would be able to just love, just be able to do on a daily basis. So yeah, but anyways, that's like going off on a tangent. And then as for reading, I haven't really been reading the greatest amount of books. Like, I just been reading books here and there, a lot of self-help books, so I'll probably talk about in like another video. But I finally picked up a book that I'm like so excited to read. Like, once this interview is over, I feel like I can kind of de-stress a little bit because I don't have any other interviews like set up, and it's Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, I think. And oh my gosh, I did not realize how much I was gonna like this book. I knew a lot of people talked about it, a lot of people loved it, but it's like literally everything I like in a book so far. So I'm like really loving it. I'm not trying to jinx it, but I'm really actually loving it, and I'm just like, I hope this is a 5-star read. I'm hoping so much it's a 5-star read, because it's been a long time since I've had like a book that's like a 5-star, and I just love it so much. I'll probably talk about it more when I have a little bit more time. I'm not rushing. But I did start it a couple of days ago, and like, it's all I want to do. I just want to read it. One thing about me, if you guys don't know, other than doing book videos, I am a mother. So being a mother comes first and foremost, and that's always just going to be something I'm going to always have to devote a lot of time to. And that's also kind of the reason why sometimes I don't get to post. I don't post as often as I would like to as like normal booktubers, but I am really enjoying just posting when I can and editing when I can. So yeah, anyways, but yeah, that's one thing about me. If you guys don't know, I'm a mom, and I have a full-time job, I'm a mother, and I want to post consistently on booktube, but we'll see. Like, I'm trying so hard, and it's been so hard. I think I got like imposter syndrome for a while, because I don't know, I was like, if I post things like this, does anybody even care? Is this even relevant to anybody? Or is this speaking about too much personal things where people are going to be like, yeah, this is cool, but go tell this to your therapist? I don't know. So I don't know. And I don't know, I just didn't want to seem like really down and negative. But I think the truth is like, sometimes when you're stressed, it's not that you're like ungrateful or anything, but you're just tired. And that's just how I am. When I get stressed out, I just get freakishly tired, and I've just been really tired. But today my overall goal is to, other than do my interview, I am planning on filming a video, kind of catching up on, this is the reason why I'm filming this actually, is because I want to hold myself accountable and try to do daily updates or daily vlogs, so that I can get back into like the swing of like filming again. And so for a while, unless if it's like sit down videos, I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of like little mundane vlogs, which I hope you guys don't mind, but they're gonna be a lot of vlogs, like reading vlogs, just little bookish check-ins, and then lifestyle like this, you know, but also incorporate reading in it. And yeah, I just think it holds me accountable, and I actually end up reading a lot more, and I kind of check in with everything, and I don't know, it just makes me a lot more excited. And so I'm really hoping that this kind of helps me get back on track. Also because I just miss talking to you guys like so much. It's literally all I've been thinking about, and it's not like you guys are like a text message away. Like, I can't just be like, hey, how are you guys doing? You know, I have like the community chat, but there's only so much you can do to talk to you guys through there. So, but I hope you guys are doing great. I hope everything is going really well for you. You guys are getting everything that you guys wanted, And yeah, I'm probably gonna go log in and get ready for my interview, but I will probably check back in with you guys afterwards and let you know how it went, and then I can kind of update you guys on my reading. And yeah, so as I filming this, today is Friday, June 10th. So we'll see how long this vlog lasts. I don't even have any plans for the vlog. One thing I really want to do today actually is go to the library and just try to get a lot of things done. You know, like sort out bills, budget, pre-plan everything, just feel like I can get my life in order somewhat, have somewhat of a grasp and control everything, and then maybe even read. So yeah, and then also film, and then hopefully get a workout in, because I really do want to get back into like a workout routine. But yeah, anyways, I will check in with you guys a little bit later, and I missed you guys. Okay, you guys, I am finished with my interview, and I honestly think it really went really well. I don't know what it was, like I wasn't feeling as nervous beforehand. Like I was nervous, but I wasn't like heart fluttering, physically nervous until right before the start. Then my heart started racing and I had to like do like those like 3 deep breaths. And yeah, but I did it. I think I did good. She honestly was like, I think the biggest thing with your interviewer is like it depends on your chemistry with the person, and me and her, like I could kind of tell like she was just like straight to the point, kind of just answer the question type thing. But I was also thrown off because I thought I had to be on camera, but I didn't, so I kind of got ready for nothing. But it's okay because I got ready for the video, so kind of works out. But I think it went well. Like me and her kind of meshed well. I think she was really informative and super helpful, and actually really positive in like a really professional, like non-bubbly way, which is not a bad thing. I think one thing about working about in a professional field and like a corporate place is you're gonna realize that some people are really professional and they're just not bubbly. Because like I'm a bubbly person and I try to be as professional as possible, but sometimes those two can have like a fence of like what is deemed appropriate as like bubbly and professional and to be taken seriously. I think especially as a woman in the working field, and I'm not saying in like my company or anything, it's not an issue, but I'm talking about in general. Anyways, I've been reading a lot of nonfiction. But yeah, I think it went well. I don't know if I would have gotten it because I don't have a lot of supervisor experience. So that was one thing she kind of did guide me on, saying that this is kind of just jumping right into the role. They don't really have time to train someone. They kind of just need a supervisor like ASAP type of thing. I'm not complaining about that because deep down I would love to have this role, especially with the finances. It's like it covers so many different bases. But do I only want to do it because of the finances? I do want to be like a guidance for people, and I want to be like a supportive person for people. Like I do want to be a leader, but I'm like, do I want to be a leader in this sense like right now? Because honestly, I think my biggest mission is just to focus on my channel, which is this. And I already been kind of putting this on the back burner, and I'm like, am I gonna be able to fulfill being a supervisor for a giant corporate team and then doing my channel? Like I want my channel to just grow, and I want to continue just like, also it's so funny, I like look all serious at the top, but then I have like sweatpants on at the bottom. But yeah, I just think like this is just something I really want to devote my time to. My company offers voluntary time off, so they give like during slow periods, they'll ask the company like, if you want to take time off, put it in. So you'll put in the time off. That's why sometimes I get like random days off, because I would just take it off. There's a lot of mental health days I take off, but I would just take off the VTO, and I actually love that option. Of course, if you can afford it financially, which now with these new changes for the next few months until we move and hopefully find like a lower cost place, I'm probably not gonna be able to do it as much, but beforehand I was able to. Anyways, I don't want to ramble too much, but yeah, that's the reason why I really love that option. I've never had a job like that before, where you could take voluntary time off and as much as you want, and it's just really nice because it really does balance out your work-life balance, like being able to spend some like quality family time together. Because me, my significant other, we both work full-time. Well, he's like clientele based, but he technically works full-time too, because he's always like doing other work stuff on the side when he doesn't have a client. And we're both parents too, so just being able to have that time to be able to like contribute towards our family, contribute towards this, like our creative sides, it's really important. And it's like really important for our mental health, and it's important for my mental health. So that's also the reason why I also wasn't sure if I wanted the supervisor role, because I want to be able to have that work-life balance. And if you're a supervisor, you might not be able to have that opportunity sometimes, because sometimes you have to work overtime and you have to stay. Like you can't, you know, like at least I have more leverage and I can maneuver things now. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about the book I picked up because I've been so obsessed with it. I'm so happy I have a hard copy of it, and I know you guys are probably gonna cringe and get the ick, but I have been highlighting in the book because there's parts in here. There's like a few parts where I'm like, I want to look back on this and I want to be able to see what stood out to me, just like random lines. They're not highlighted in like a specific way. I just highlight parts. I had two different highlighters because I couldn't find my other highlighter, but they're not highlighted in specific like color code or anything. It's just, I just wanted to highlight parts that really stood out to me. But so far I'm on page 54 and I am loving it so much. So you have like your two main characters, Sadie and Sam, or his name is Samson, but he goes by Sam, and they're kind of like somewhat like gaming developers. Like there's, well, Sam hasn't really fully talked about being a developer, but he's like really into games so far. So you kind of get like a little backstory about them. You kind of like first meet them at like the train station where they're like, I think in like college age level, and they're like looking at this sign, and you can kind of just tell like based on the writing style, it's like really nostalgic. The book does notate that they were born in 1970s, so you're jumping back, and I like that a lot because it really gives like the whole like rise of like the gaming era, and like Nintendo was pretty big at the time. I mean, Nintendo's huge now still, but Nintendo was kind of up and coming a little bit more. Like it was just, you know, like they had it like in little hospitals and stuff, and it wasn't the Nintendo Switch, it was like the handheld console, which was the one I had. And yeah, it's just really cool. So you kind of like follow them, and they're supposedly supposed to be like gaming lovers. Like they love games. They love, Sadie so far is like creating games, and Sam has always been so intrigued by games, and they just kind of connect on that. And then you kind of jump back to like how they first met, which was really interesting. And yeah, it just gives me like that really nostalgic feeling. It's like a mix of like Ready Player One, Free Guy, if you've ever watched that, with like, I think of the two main characters from that movie, and then also like a mix of like Stranger Things. Like it's just super nostalgic, and it's like, I love the writing style. Like I love how the author like depicts certain scene. It's almost like, I can't explain it, like acknowledgement of something that you're like, am I the only one that thinks like this type of thing? Like you think of that type of details or that type of like feeling. Like growing up, I've always had like little moments where I would just kind of like have thoughts to myself, and I wouldn't think of it as like a surface level thing. I'm not saying I'm like different than everybody else, because maybe everybody feels like this, but I've always felt like I would look at things a certain way and then I would just feel different about it, and I would just notice things that no one else would really point out. So sometimes I was like, is there something wrong with me? But I like how she depicts certain things in here. Like she even talked about how nice the cardstock paper was, but how simple the cardstock paper was, but also you could tell it definitely was just like, let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, so Sadie gave Sam a cardstock letter to invite him to her bar mitzvah. Is it bar mitzvah? And then it says, heavy cream cardstock, raised text, vellum lined envelope. Sam was old enough to have noticed that simple things were often the most expensive. Sam didn't think it smelled like money because money was dirty. It smelled rich and clean, like a hardcover from a bookstore. I don't know, I love that. And then also, I think Sam, a lot of parts of it I can like relate to too, because like, I'm pretty sure Sam's grew up in an Asian household, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm Asian. But there's a part where it says, unlike Sam's grandmother, Bong Cha Dong-hyun always asked permission before touching Sam's possessions, and he would get frustrated with that. But then his grandma would always just go in there and grab his stuff, and it just reminds me of me growing up with my grandma, because I would get so frustrated with her because they don't have like personal space. Like they kind of just go in your things and look at your stuff, and like it's just what my grandma does. I love her so much. But yeah, it's just how like my family has always been, and it used to frustrate, it still would frustrate me if they did that, but I don't live with them now obviously. But growing up they would do that stuff, and I would get so frustrated, like so irritated, because I felt so like, why do you guys do that? Because obviously I grew up more Asian American. I grew up in America my whole life, you know, and my family didn't. They actually grew up in Vietnam till they came here, became citizens. And yeah, so, but that used to frustrate the crap out of me. And then also one thing I really like too is just like, you can kind of tell like Sadie's character, there's like a sense of like longing, like we're longing and confusion, but you're kind of jumping back from like her when she was like younger as a kid, her sister. I mean, you kind of don't really get that much backstory of it, but you kind of get like the fact that she would go to the hospital and her sister was very sick, and just the interactions they have together about how different both of their lifestyles were and how different they were. And you can sense that she would be put through situations where she would just question, like she wouldn't say it, but you know that she's questioning her existence and why. And I remember feeling like that growing up a lot too, like why you would feel like that sometimes. Like, let me see if I can find it, but it was a part where it kind of made me a little bit sad because I was like, wow. I remember always, oh yeah, because lately Sadie was almost always in trouble. It was impossible to be 11 with a sick sister and for people to find your conduct beyond reproach. She was always saying the wrong thing or being too loud or demanding too much time, love, food, even though she had not demanded more than what had been freely given before. And I don't know, it just, it brought back like my childhood, because I always felt like I was in trouble and I was always like really quiet and scared and like timid. But I think it's because I felt like I was afraid to ask questions. We'll probably dive into this a lot more like later on into like another video about childhood generational trauma. And yeah, it's just crazy to look at things now and see it in books, and you're like, it doesn't pinpoint anything about trauma, family trauma or generational trauma, but you're like, I know that feeling and I know what she's thinking, even though I'm just reading these simple words on a letter of the book. And I don't know, it's just really cool. And then also it's really cool because like you can tell, because they're so obsessed with games, they're like kind of looking at each other as like types of games. Like there was a point that she wanted to say sorry and she would try to make like, I think she like codes and stuff, so she tried to make like an apology letter through a code. And then the way he like looked at Sadie was like he wanted to make her stay longer, so he like longed to have like this, like there was like an item in a game that he could just have her to just stay, like something that could keep her longer in the area of the game. And the way they like look at each other and like the look at life is like kind of like a game. Like they just, it was just like, it's just so good. Like, and the writing style is so good. I'm not trying to jinx it, but I'm really liking it a lot. And I love how like fleshed out and so much character that Sadie has and Sam has. Like these two characters actually have like thoughts and like perception depth, and it's like literally what I've been wanting. And I just hope that this is a book. I hope so much the 5-star read, because I need a book like this. I need to have a book that's like 5-star read, and so far I'm like loving it. It's like all I wanted to do after my interview is just read. So yeah, that's like my update. I don't want to jump in it too much because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, you're kind of just, I mean, not much has happened. You're kind of seeing the two main characters, like how they met, and kind of getting like a little bit understanding of like how they are as people, their minds. So I wanted to film because I miss talking about books, and I think it's because I haven't had a book that I really loved. But yeah, I'm so sorry if I'm like chatting your guys' ears off. It's been a long time since I talked to you guys, so maybe I'm just like, oh my gosh, and then this is like our 3-hour phone call. But I think I'm gonna let you guys go for now. I'm probably gonna actually dress out of this shirt because I just feel so like, I feel like I work at a restaurant, like a really high-end restaurant, and I want to wear something comfortable. But yeah, I'm happy my interview is done. I feel like less stressed, and if I don't get it, that's really fine. I'm just gonna continue looking. And yeah, I'm just really grateful that I even got the opportunity to have an interview for a supervisor role in my company. Like, I'm just like, wow, that was really cool to be able to have the opportunity. So yeah, I'm probably gonna let you guys go for now, and then I will talk to you guys a little bit later.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Sunlight blossom dust folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Getting nowhere. you circle fresh cut grass.
Hello you guys, happy Friday. It's my Friday and I'm so happy. I actually thought I was gonna get today off, but I didn't, which is totally fine because I ended up finding out I have another interview for another opportunity, like a promotion in my company, which the pay range is a little bit more. I'm just hoping they can work with like my time I have available, but I'm really hoping I get this role. It's actually like something I'm really interested in. So yeah, it's like in the field I'm interested in, and I really hope I get it. I have an interview Tuesday, right at the beginning of work, so I have an interview and it's within the same company, it's the same job and everything. Also, while I'm talking, I'm gonna go get my book. But yeah, I really hope I get it. I'm like, so I don't know, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous, but I really hope this is a good thing. Like, I hope that this is ends up being something I end up just fulfilling. But I'm on my break right now, so since I'm on my break, I wanted to kind of update you guys on my reading progress on tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And yeah, I actually got a huge chunk of it done last night because I thought I was gonna be off today, which I turned out I wasn't. I definitely was not off. Instead, I stayed up till like 3 a.m. reading because I thought I was gonna get off, but I got a huge chunk of it done. So this is like how much I have left, and I'm actually on I'm on page 246. I am honestly like so in love with this book, like so much, and I hope I end up liking it. Like, I'm not speaking correct English, but I hope that I continue liking the story. But I really am enjoying, like, it's weird though, the only like gripe I might say is like sometimes like I can't tell if it's just like time jumps, because like it doesn't flow into the next scene sometimes. So sometimes you think it's like a lot later, and then you find out like they say their ages again, and then you're like, oh okay, so it's not that much more later, or sometimes it is later. So that's the only difference of like, I kind of wish it structured that part a little bit better, because like I'm the type of person when I read, I like to know like what time the setting is taking place in, like if is this like a flashback, is this like fast forward to like later on. So I do get a little confused sometimes, but the whole story just makes up for it. And once you like kind of get that little confused, like where you're a little lost, you're like, wait, is this in the future? Then you're like, okay, I actually am like really dissolved into the story and I want to know what's gonna happen. But I love it because we're actually learning more about like Sam's history, and there's like certain like full circle moments where they're coming together, like little bits and pieces. I love stories like that, when there's like parts that were in one part of a story and then it's like it features into like another chapter, and then you're like, oh my gosh, and then you go back into the other chapters and you're like, I knew I read that somewhere. I actually started writing like in my book, which I never ever do, but I wanted to, because one day when I read this again, I want to be able to like look back on it. And there was a part that was like really emotional. I even had my boyfriend, like I had my headphones on, I was listening to like a certain soundtrack while reading this story. Like I was listening to an ambient video and a song played at the same time as like a dramatic scene, and it was like really sad. And the way that the author wrote that scene was just like so sad. It was like that longing, like sadness of like looking at someone and realizing they're gone, and it just broke my heart. Like it just, and with the music playing at the same time, so I had to write that song down into the story, because when I read this again one day, I want to make sure I play that song. And yeah, I'm honestly like really like feeling a lot more towards like the sadness of each character. They all have like their own stories. The only person I feel like you don't really get to know that much about is Mark. Like you kind of do, but he's like starting to grow on me as a character too, because like his little scenes are like, oh, that was really wholesome, like that was sweet. So his character development has like kind of like grown throughout the story, and I feel like so much is happening and so much is not happening at the same time, but in like in a good way. It's just like really like kind of mundane. And if you're into like the whole like analytics and technical part of like game developing, it doesn't go into like that deep of it, but like it does like talk about like game development and like the new ideas they're coming, like they're brainstorming, and the issues that pop up during like their business. And I find it to be so cool and interesting, and I've always like loved games. Also, they're like referencing games that I actually know, like they'll reference like Harvest Moon, Diablo, like they'll reference other video games. So if you played games before, you would for sure like really enjoy it, because I love when you can see like references that you understand. So I'm really enjoying that part. And then I don't know, I'm just loving it. Like I'm loving the whole story. Like there's a lot of parts, there are some trigger warnings. As I'm reading this, I'm like, wow, there are some trigger warnings for sure, which I did not expect. But yeah, there's like, I'm just loving learning everything. I love learning about like Sam's mom, and learning about I want the grandparents to pop up more. Like I want to learn a little bit more about his grandparents. I think their name is like, I forgot their names, I don't want to say it wrong, but I want to see more of their character development. Sadie is actually starting to grow on me more as a character. I want to uncover more about her, but Sam's character is just like has such an emotional tug, and I just have so many questions about him as a character. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this story. Like it's just so interesting, and it's just like a nice read to help me just like get my mind off things for a while. And yeah, so I didn't update you guys yesterday. I was just not feeling the greatest yesterday. What was it? I had work all day too, and did I update you guys yesterday? I don't remember if I did, but I just felt like crap yesterday. Like I did not, I had a migraine all day yesterday, so I did not feel good, and I think that's probably why I didn't update you guys, because I also just didn't feel like, you know, talking in general. Thankfully I didn't have to talk to people yesterday. But yeah, that's my update for now. I'm probably gonna have to log back into work, so I'm probably gonna let you guys go. But I just wanted to check in with you guys on the Friday. Tomorrow I'm off, thank gosh, but tomorrow is Father's Day, so if we go somewhere, I'll try to bring my camera. But if not, I'll check in with you guys when I can. And I'm so excited. I really hope I get this job. I get this promotion. Like I really want this promotion, and the pay range is like a lot more than what I'm getting now, so that's always something good to look forward to. I wouldn't say it's like drastic, but it's a good amount right now. It's a good stepping stone into like a career path I'm like trying to go for. So I'm really hoping I get this role. Like I'm really hoping. But normally with the company that I work for, we have like 2 sets of interviews, 2 or 3 I think. So after this one, I have another one. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna see like what's planned for me and see how it all goes. And yeah, I'm probably gonna let you guys go, and then I'll talk to you guys a little bit later.
Where is the line between dreaming and feeling blue? It's 4 o'clock in the evening. I haven't left my room, but the truth is, if I'm honest,
Hey guys, it's been a minute since I've actually updated this vlog, and a lot has happened, like so much. So first and foremost, I just want to update you guys. I did get the role. Like I am still in shock that I got the promotion, and I'm just so excited. Like my whole schedule is gonna change. Obviously it's a promotion, so that means like the pay is a lot more better. It's still the same company and everything. I'm just gonna be doing something a lot more kind of geared towards like what I wanted to do. And yeah, I'm just so excited. Like I'm literally so excited. I can't believe I got it. It honestly has been taking me so much time. I think this is why I've kind of been like bad about like updating my vlog, and also just editing and posting. Like it's been a minute. I was looking, and the last time I really posted my last video was like 3 weeks ago. I kind of just like remade some of my videos into shorts because I was just curious. I just want to play with the algorithm a little bit and just kind of see like how it works a little bit. I'm not really a shorts person, if I'm being honest. I love long form content. I've always grew up on long form content. But yeah, I just wanted to like update this real quick. Also, I look like pure doo-doo right now, but I just have to update this vlog because I just feel like if I don't know when I will. And yeah, I just want to get back on track. So the whole like, I'm such a liar because I said like I'm gonna try to update my vlog every day. Did not happen, not even close. But yeah, as I'm filming this right now, my mom's actually here. I mean, she took my little one out because I'm working right now. I'm on my break, but she's here right now, just spending a few days with us, so that's also gonna keep me kind of busy. But I just had to update you guys that I did get the role, and I'm just so excited. I actually start officially on Monday, I believe. Like, so after this is my last week, and then I start Monday. But yeah, we start training, so I'm gonna be quite busy with that. I don't know how much I'm really gonna get done because I'm gonna be trying to like, I know myself, and I know that when I'm going through something like where I have to learn something, I have to be really good at it, and I have to really focus on it. So I do think that's like something that might kind of take up a lot of my brain energy. But I wanted to update you guys because I did finish tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And yes, I wanted to update you guys because I finished this book, and it's on it 5 stars. Like off the bat, 5 stars. Such an amazing book. I am so in love with it. I honestly feel like this might be something that might be not everybody's cup of tea, but growing up on a bunch of certain games like Harvest Moon, the old Animal Crossing. They even like mentioned, I didn't play it but I knew about it, like Diablo, stuff like that, like Call of Duty, those types of games. Like we grew up on those games, and they kind of mention a lot of these games in here. You're kind of following the two game developers like start to finish, like when they're young, leading up to when as they age, and it's just a really amazing coming of age story that has, in a better way to put it, it's like a platonic type of love language, and it's so beautifully written. There is some trigger warnings in here for sure, but I am so attached to these characters. Like I literally will think about these characters from now on, like forever. And I actually highlighted multiple parts in here, just so that I can like read it again and one day just see like how I feel about it, like parts that just kind of spoke to me and like reached out to me. But I just loved like following these characters. I love how platonic their love was, and how it's not like what you expect. It's really not like a story about romance, but it's just like a real slice of life, but coming of age and like difficulties that each individual goes through, and just how different your life changes, and people coping through different things, and just their history they have together, their ups and downs, their memories, their own personal struggles. And I loved it so much. So you're pretty much like following these two game developers, and you kind of start like to see like how they first met, to how they kind of came about to like being close, how they really feel for each other, whether it's a friendship or not. But you kind of just see so many different perspectives, and you just follow like their lives. And I don't know, it was such a story that like spoke out to me a lot. Like I felt like it was like an indie film, if that makes sense, like a coming of age indie film. But I loved it so much. I loved how it kind of like backtracks a little bit. It just gave me that feeling of like nostalgia so much, and I don't know, I loved it. I love like the setting of where it took place. I love the characters so much. Sadie kind of took me a minute to actually kind of like, because there was a part there for where I was like, I want to know more about her. But then as the story developed, you got to know more about her, and you actually start to get attached to her too. But yeah, I'm like so obsessed with this story, and yeah, I just had to update you guys. But I'm happy I finished that. I actually started picking up another book. I actually finished last night Almond. So I have the physical copies in my room, but I'll put it up right here. And I rated it like 4.5, maybe like a 4-star read actually, the more I thought about it. I'll probably elaborate that more later on in like my recent reads video, but definitely tomorrow is like one of my favorite books ever. Like I'm so obsessed with it. But I can see how it's not everybody's cup of tea. I can get it. Like some people might find it kind of boring. I loved every single part that they talked about web developing and their business and their relationship and their struggles. Like I loved all that stuff. So but yeah, I'm probably gonna end this vlog now because I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna be able to catch up with you guys. It's just been so busy, but I had to just update you guys about everything that happened because so much has happened. And yeah, I'm just really happy. I'm so excited, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry there's not a lot of, you know, footage, but I think it was just like I just wanted to kind of just get something started again. But yeah, hopefully this new change will kind of also dictate a lot more towards balancing my time a little bit better, because I'm supposed to be getting off earlier. So I'm excited. I'm really excited, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. But I'll let you guys go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. 요즘 내 얘기가 재미없어진 이유를 찾았어. I've been wasting all this time finding words to let go. Cause I'm looking for Neverland, backtracking on memory lanes, hoping it's not just a wonder.